Binks.
Okay, we're live.
Binks.
So we have a lot of stuff that happened because we read the book. So I kind of made a couple notes on Empire Storms since it's been a while.
Good.
Upstairs.
I think we should talk about them separately. Talk about Empire Storms first.
They're pretty
Okay,
different books, so I think
Yes.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Go get Daddy. Go get Daddy. Go get Daddy.
So
Bandit, go.
the start of Empire Storms, basically everybody's traveling through the woods. Aelin and her court are heading to Terrasan. Elid is walking through the woods trying to get to Terrasan. Okay, so it starts off with Aelin and her court, and they meet with that Lord Darrow, and he basically tells her, like, we're not going to recognize you as queen.
He's a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a little dick.
You know why? Because he wants it.
Yeah. Because he's
well, I hope he gets it. I hope he gets it really, really hard.
he's basically been ruling in her stead, him and the council or whatever. And they don't want like a teenager to come in and take over as queen.
Oh, get real. They don't want a chick.
Yeah.
That's what that's about.
Yeah, so she decides to go off and create an army for Terrasan. And that's where we start off with her. So, what else? What started first? Oh, so Manon.
Oh, okay. Can I just say that I really want to fast forward
Can I
to
just
all
say
of
it's
the chapters?
Manon?
Manon.
No, I'm always going to say Manon.
Can't even call her that because you even posted that thing where she told you the correct way to say it, and it's the way that I say it. So do it my way.
Nope.
It's Manon.
Manon. So he is told to take her 13 and a bunch of the other witches to go take, what's Dorian's place? Riftholt?
Yeah.
And oh yeah, so Aelin and them hear that too, that they're under attack, and she sends Rowan to go save him. So a lot of stuff happens.
Yes.
I felt really bad for Dorian because it had to be a hard decision to just leave his kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, but real quick, was Manon, did she find out about what happened to her cousin in this book or the book before?
Before.
Oh, was it? Okay. Because that's when you start to see her start questioning her alliance.
Her grandmother.
Yes, her grandmother.
Yeah.
And you know that she had an instant connection with Dorian, which was super freaky. I liked it.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, I would. But so that was really cool what she did.
Yeah, so she basically saves him and kills one of the yellow leg witches in the process, which is bad for her.
But she didn't like him anyways.
Yeah.
But you know, they were a bunch of bitches. They deserve to die.
They did.
Yeah, but it starts a lot of shit from Manon.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Astrid too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, my camera's like...
That whole part literally made me cry.
Oh my gosh, when okay, because I think I missed the last one. This was the book when, was this the book where they were Astrid? Yeah, this is where they were going to punish Astrid, right? A life for a life.
Yeah, so since
holy shit, like literally I was like listening to it on my way to work. Like I got to work and I'm like, oh, I look ridiculous because like I cried the whole way there. Like this is so sad. Stupid.
So she was told that they were going to kill Astrid because she killed the other yellow leg. And that doesn't happen because she attacks her grandmother.
Yep.
At that, I was like, oh my God, yes, thank you. Finally.
Was your stomach
Yeah,
in
like that
knots?
was like, yes.
Well, I was
Yeah,
thinking the whole time, I'm like, there's no way she could let Astrid die. No way.
yeah, not after all the shit that she's been through with her. Yeah. So that was probably one of my favorite parts of that book is her finally standing up to her grandmother and fighting.
Yes.
And that's when she finds out that she's the Cochrane queen.
Yes.
The last of the Cochrane queens.
And she killed her sister.
Which,
Oh my
oh my
God.
God, that was okay. That part had me. Yeah, no, I had no words for that. I
Yeah.
was just like, why am I listening to this and driving at the same time?
Amen. Yeah, I really, really like Manon. She's one of my favorites, I think.
Yeah.
And so it was just the whole thing with that whole scene was just so dramatic. And I mean, seriously, like you put yourself in that situation, right? Like, what if it was like one of your, they're none of them are very like emotionally connected out loud, right? Like they are all very cold, and this is your job, and I'm your leader, and you do what I say, blah blah blah. And so then to walk up there and she's going through all this shit, and you're like, oh my God, you can feel it because you know what it's like, and like I'm envisioning like, okay, so you're super cold all this time, and then all of a sudden you just have all of these feelings. So it must have been very confusing because,
Yeah.
she, always talked like, you just do as I say, like blind trust and blah, blah, blah. And then she has like these rush of emotions coming on, which I think makes it even harder as opposed to like me who cries about everything. That is sad. You know what I mean? Like, so I think it would be even harder for when you're just like stoic all the time and then all of a sudden here's this big thing.
Yeah. And then she separates herself from them, and that was even harder.
Show
When
you this?
No,
she goes her
and it,
separate way.
Yeah, because they were together for hundreds of years, right?
Yes.
yeah,
I like how the 13 are all like they all like got each other's backs like
Yeah.
over all the witches. Like they're their own kind of coven,
Yeah.
and they're always looking after each other.
Yeah, and they basically tell her like, we're not following your grandmother, we're following you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're here because of you. I like that.
That's loyalty right there.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, so that happens, and after the fight, Manon is injured, and Abraxas takes off with her, and she says to take her somewhere safe, and you don't see her for a while. But okay, so Elid,
Yeah. Elid.
I don't know. So she's being followed by Lorcan through the woods, and they end up having to team up. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I still don't know about that guy.
How did that? I mean, what? It just happened so fast.
Yeah. Well, it was like he's following her, and then he realizes she's being followed by something else, which were I don't know, I don't remember what they're called. The
The hounds,
Yeah.
yeah, like
word hounds or something.
and they somehow
I feel
trick them and get away.
they've got some kind of attachment to her now.
Yeah.
But why though? Like, I
Yeah.
just don't understand it.
I think just the
intrigued.
time and the things they went through that just kind of bonded. And he hasn't had that with anybody. He just blindly loved that stupid bitch. And
If you
here
think about it, he hasn't really had any kind of like friendship
yes, right.
like throughout the entire book except for her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because even though he's a part of, Maeve's like central group of guys, none of them like him.
No.
They all hate him.
Yeah.
He
And
may be part of that, but
and he loves the freaking queen or whatever she is, Maeve, but she actually doesn't love him back, so he hasn't had anything. You kind
True.
of feel sorry for
Okay.
him, but I still don't trust him.
No.
I love the easy. How the fuck do
It's the
you say
lead.
it? I love her coming into her own though. I feel like
Yeah.
she grew a lot on her journey
You
and
guys
kind of,
realize who she was, right?
huh?
You realize who she
Yeah,
was, right?
she was, her mom was the one who saved
Aelin.
Aelin when she was a child.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so I like her.
Well,
Yes.
that's the only thing with that is like I know she wasn't gonna die because she had to get to where Aelin was.
Yeah.
Yeah, like do we think she has some kind of power or something? Like what? Because she has this like sense or someone's telling her what to do, blah blah blah. But is it going to actually be some kind of power?
I mean,
Or
she is part witch or something, right?
yeah, she's got some witch in her.
Yeah, so I feel like she has something, but she doesn't know what something is yet. And like, I feel like there's going to be a part that she's going to be like, boom.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Well, I think they kind of said that she's got like a god, one of the gods are watching out for her. Like that's what the voice is.
Yeah. And that's what I was wondering, like, is it just, one of those like what's the dead queen's name that's always helping?
Elaine.
Elena.
Yes. Is it something like that?
That's what I was picturing.
All right, what else?
Well, yeah. So they end up hooking up together and getting in with a circus to hide out, and they go on their
Oh,
way.
he was, I have to say about Lorcan, he was sweet when he washed her clothes for her
Yes.
and like let her have the bath and everything. I
Yeah,
was like, that's a very nice thing to do.
I like
Yeah.
Lorcan. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I like them.
He's growing. He grows on you in this book a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's when you start seeing him have compassion for other people and not
Right.
be so selfish. You know what I mean? Like when he is protecting her, and I mean, at this point, he's not gaining anything out of it. You know what I
No.
mean? Like it's just, I think that his was, like, let's just kind of see where this goes. Not like, I don't think there was feelings or attraction, anything at the beginning. I think it was just like, well, let's just see what's going on here. You know what I mean? Like just that. And then it's just kind of,
He realizes that she's trying to find Aelin.
Yeah.
He doesn't know it's Aelin. She's looking for Selena. So I mean, I think he just kind of wants to see how it plays out.
Why was he following her in the beginning? It was just because they happened to be in the same area.
Yeah, he just saw her and was trying to figure out what she was doing in the woods.
Yeah, because she was hiding, and he was trying to figure out why she was hiding.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, and then the people from the circus sell him out when they got to that town, and her uncle shows up.
oh, I hate him.
Bastards.
Bad.
Oh, also he like figures out that she's like carrying something,
Yes.
like some kind of powerful something, and he's trying to figure out what it is.
Yeah.
Well, and
don't
I
think he
appreciate that
figured
he
it out
knew,
yet, though.
I appreciate that he like knew that she had something, knew that she was hiding something, but yet he never forcefully took it from her when he could have at any given.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay, so back to Dorian and Rowan after Rowan came in, helped save him. They take off to Skulls Bay. That's where Aylin's going to meet up with them, so we get to see more of Captain Walt.
That shit cracks me up.
Like, my favorite part is when she shows up as Selena.
Yes.
And then reveals herself. Oh my gosh, I was cracking up. He hates her so much.
He was so mad.
He hates her so much. You're right.
Yeah, so this is where you start to see that she's got all these plans and notions that nobody really knows about.
Yeah, at that temple, like Adian and Lysandra were spying on her, sort of, and she finally let them in on some of their plans,
Yeah.
some of her plans.
Yeah, so when she finally gets to Skull's Bay and sends out her power, like her burst of power to get Aaron's people to come from because they were like islands over or something.
Yeah.
And she gets to show off her powers.
That was pretty awesome.
And then Lysandra gets to show how much of a badass she is.
Oh my god, I loved that.
I was freaking out though when, what was it, Mala, the god, took over her body.
Oh yeah.
And she was gonna like burn the island. Diana, yeah. I was just like, no, stop her.
Yeah.
And then I thought she was gonna kill Rowan, and that had me freaking out. I was like, don't kill Rowan.
Yeah, like
you never know with Sarah J Maas.
That whole scene, like the whole battle and everything was so tense. Like, on your seat, like what's gonna happen?
Then you thought Lysandra was gonna die. I was like, don't kill Lysandra. You can't kill her. I like her now.
Yeah, I had literal goosebumps listening to that. Honestly, you guys really need to do the audible.
I love when she's like stuck in her dragon form, and Adian tells her that everybody wants to marry her now, but they're not going to because he is. I love that.
Okay, he's so protective of her too. Like after that, he's like so mad at Aelin, and then he's like, "Stay away from me."
But she's so badass. Like she doesn't need to be protected.
Yeah. I think that's why I like her.
Yeah.
Oh, can we talk about how Aelin and Rowan finally fucking have sex? Thank you, baby Jesus.
That's Carrie's favorite part.
It was awesome.
Their fiery sex on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of sex happening in this.
Yeah. I'm okay with
I just thought the whole time during the sex scene on the beach, I'm like, there's a lot of sand.
I know.
Yeah, but they have magic.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was Captain Rolfe is actually part of some lost civilization. What were they called?
I forget.
I didn't write that part down.
W?
No, it's the Mycenaeans.
Mycenaean. Wow. How did you remember that? I'm sitting here going, M something.
I love you. Good night.
Yeah, so I bet they come into play.
Yeah, well, that's what the whole Aelin's whole power display was to get them to come out of hiding.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't the temple that they were at where she met Brannon, that was like the Mycenaeans' land, but it was being like taken by somebody else.
Don't.
Well, the fairies told her to go there.
Yeah.
Too. Like they were like, "Hey, go take care of this."
Yeah. Go clean the house.
Okay, so what else happened? Oh, so after that, Rolf joins them and gets them ships, and they take off for the Stone Marshes.
Didn't Manon show up after that?
I think
not yet.
He showed up while they were on their way to the Stone Marshes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abraxas
brings
her to their ship.
Yeah. Somewhere safe.
She was like dying.
Yeah. I love Abraxas. He's probably.
I loved when Manon's tied up and Dorian comes in and they almost get down to it and then he backs off and she's like, "You motherfucker."
They had sex too, didn't they? Lots of sex.
Yeah. Yes. After she wasn't tied up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they went to the Stone Marshes and Elid and Lorcan also make it to the Stone Marshes, looking for the lock, which ends up being a mirror. What else happens? Oh, so then the thousands of, what were they again?
It's Maeve's army.
No. Before the army, when they were in the Stone Marshes, those flying.
Yeah, wasn't that Maeve's army? Like that was her aerial things.
No, those aren't hers. Those are
That's Morath.
Oh.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Whatever they are, she uses all her magic on them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Depletes her magic.
Okay, but can we talk about before they came? That's when they attacked Lorcan, right? Or was it after?
After.
After.
Okay.
Lorcan and Elid showed up right when those things started flying.
She was about to blast out her power to kill all the things, and Lorcan had to like cover Elid's body so she didn't get hurt. But yeah, so they all show up and have their reunion.
Some reunion.
Yeah.
They immediately went to attack him. And then Elid got in the way.
We didn't even talk about Adian and his dad.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that part. Like, because he's like, I want to see my son. Yeah. And then Aelin was like, well, only if he wants to see you. And then he didn't want to see him.
You almost feel bad for Gabrielle. I mean, they kind of paint him off to be like this asshole, right? But he never knew about him, right? Yeah. Like, he didn't know about him. So, like, how can you hate somebody who never knew you existed?
Yeah.
Like, I understand you grow up and you don't know that. But once you know, then you would think that you would want to know.
Well, I think his thing was he was just pissed at him because his mom died to protect who his father was.
Him, Maeve, then he served Maeve. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
But yeah. What's the other guy's name? Gabriel and
starts with an F.
Fenris.
Fenris, yeah.
So they attacked Lorcan. But how did they put it off? I can't remember.
If they attacked, it would have been an act of war or something like that.
Yes. Yeah, because what's her?
Elid.
Oh
my god. Yeah, but it wasn't her. It was
Rowan.
Holy shit. It was his order, right? That he's under my protection.
Yeah. Yeah, Aelin said it, didn't she? Like it.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Anyway, they weren't allowed to do it. So.
Which I thought that was a little weird because like the blood oath was supposed to be unbreakable, but they found a way around it.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that the blood oath is unbreakable; it's that the commands are. So, but the way she says the commands are specific, and if there's like a loophole in everything. If she doesn't say something specific, then they can find a way around it.
Yeah.
Oh, I did like that when they were talking about the blood oath. She learned like there's different types of blood oaths. So like what her and Rowan have is different than what Maeve had over the Karanim.
Yeah, Maeve had her blood oaths are mainly so that she can control them and that they do what she tells them to do.
Yeah.
And then Elaine's is like, I don't know how to describe it. It's more out of love.
Yeah.
And respect. So yeah, and then that's when Maeve's army shows up after they leave and get to the shore.
Yeah, and then they just wait for 2 days. I was like, okay, they could just attack you now, but
But that gives Aelin time to get into the mirror. It gives Rowan time to go talk to his cousins. Like, come on.
I loved that. I love when they just turn and fire their own ships. That was the best part.
Like a third of her armada just turned on her. I was so happy.
That was super exciting.
But the part that's coming up I didn't like.
At all.
Were you freaking out, Maya?
Well, because I'm like, oh, she's got to get free. I'm like,
yeah.
I was just so upset. And then with Lysandra, like using her face, like I did like that all the armies came, but I didn't like that Lysandra had to pretend to be her.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm like, I was sitting here like, and all of a sudden, like, all these people show up, right?
It couldn't have been a little bit earlier.
Right? Like, seriously, like, you could have just been there like 10 minutes earlier, or like, just to, and it's kind of the same thing that going through like all the books where, like Elena's doing all, like, they just describe her all the time as like, excuse me, like all these selfish, that they talk that she's selfish, and they talk that, and she's like literally the opposite. It's just like what she puts out there is so different than what she is in her heart.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm just like, oh, because I go through some of it, and I might be mixing up some of the book times together and stuff, but I'm like, sometimes they're like very mean about her. You know what I mean? And then I'm just like, you fuckers, like she did this and that, but they don't really know it yet. Yeah, and then it's like, oh.
She does all this stuff without telling them or explaining herself ahead of time. So it all happens. And then she's gone, and all these people show up, like all these plans she put into motion that nobody knew about.
Yeah.
I laughed when Adian was proven wrong. And he's like, "Oh my God, she did raise an army. Yeah. I should have never questioned her." I was like, "Yeah, that's right. You shouldn't have."
Hey,
right, and it's almost like he's kind of like been on her nuts, right? His whole life, he's been all up on her nuts, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, now I'm not," and then it was like, "Oh, but I should be."
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So then I get really frustrated because I get really frustrated with the men, like, because I feel like sometimes, even though she's like this badass chick, right? And there's no question that she is tough as hell, and that she is brave, and that she's strong, and I think that they still discount her a little bit because she's a woman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, you assholes, like, she takes you all down, literally, and you all think that she's just this stupid little girl, you know what I mean? I'm like, and she is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
She's rough around the edges, right?
You're right. Hey, before we forget, what did we find out exactly was going on when they went in the mirror? What did we find out?
That she has to, one of the bloodline have to give their life to seal the gate or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it could be her. It could be Dorian. But could it also be Manon?
She's not going to let it be Dorian because she's self-sacrificing.
Right. Lisa, couldn't it also be Manon?
Why would it be? No, because it's the bloodline. The how obviously Dorian's bloodline and her bloodline both come from like Brannon and those people. So like it's one or the other of them. But Manon's not the same bloodline.
And that pissed me off. I was like, fuck you, Elena.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but I feel like there's some very important about Manon being in there. Like they found out something about her.
It was someone in her bloodline that made the mirror.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like her ancestor, the queen of the Cochrans or whatever, is the one who helped forge the lock or whatever.
Couldn't we just grab Dorian's younger brother and kill him off?
Yeah, he's a little bastard, ain't he?
Like, how are they going to do that? We don't want either one of them to die. Oh my god, I don't know if I want to read it now.
I'm a little worried about this next book.
Yeah.
I know, I'm not emotionally ready for the next book.
Because it's the last one too, right?
Yeah.
So much is going to happen in this last book.
It's almost 1,000 pages long. So.
I can't
Speaking
decide
of emotions,
So
how much did you just want to hug Rowan at the end of the book?
Oh my god.
They got married, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 2 days ago, we were married.
My wife. And I was like, what?
I know and I had read this one before, and that's why I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe I'm crying again. Because, but it's been so long that I literally had forgotten so much. So you get sucked right back into all the emotions, even though like I knew that happened, but I actually totally forgot.
Yeah.
And so that's why I felt like this book was a lot more emotionally, because now at this point you're towards the end, you're emotionally invested in almost all of the characters.
Yep.
Whether you love them or hate them. And I just felt like there was a lot of this book was a lot emotional and more emotional journey for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've come so far.
Yeah.
It's definitely been a long journey with this book.
Yeah.
Or with this series, I mean.
Yeah, I just felt like that book was just so much happened. It was so much stuff and that's how it was. It was emotional, and there was just a lot happened, and it involved a lot of the characters.
Yeah. So is that it? Is that everything that we need to talk about in that book?
I think so.
Yes.
So when we started the next book, I really wanted to know what happened with Aelin, and I had no idea that it was a completely different, like, it's just completely different. Yeah.
They went, basically, Tower of Dawn was what was happening during Empire of Storms, just from his perspective.
I was a little mad at that at first. I was like, I want to know.
Yeah.
But then I got used to it, and I was like, okay, we learned so much.
We learned a lot.
And I do like the characters now, too. So.
It took a long time to finally get some good information, but yes, we learned a lot.
I love Irene.
Yeah.
Yes. I had a really hard time. When I was actually reading the books, I stopped. I couldn't get into it. And at the beginning of this, sorry, somebody's texting me and I have no idea what it's saying.
Okay.
The Audible, I'm literally struggling to get through it also.
Yeah.
It was hard. The first quarter of the book, you're just learning new characters, and you're just so much happened in the last book. It makes it really, really hard. But once you get through like the first quarter of the book, it was smooth sailing from there. I think for me, at least.
Yeah, it was definitely this second time reading it went a lot faster for me. Like the first time, I know it was a struggle in the beginning because you're learning new characters, you're in a new location. So it was definitely harder to get into the first time, but this time it was. I feel like I took in more, but yeah, I loved it. Did we lose Christy?
No, I'm texting. Hold on.
Oh my God, bitch.
I'm like, Kaylee is at work. Like, I will literally pay you to bring me something to pull my bangs back. Like, you work at Cracker Barrel. Don't they have, like, I don't know, she's at Cracker Barrel. Don't they have something she can pull her hair back in?
Why does she want her bangs pulled back? She wanted the bangs.
Her bangs, yeah. She's crazy. I don't know.
Lord. Anyways. So, powered on. You start with Kale and Nesrin going to, oh gosh, what's this?
Yeah, what were they called? The C something, K something?
What are we talking about?
The Great Coggin.
Yeah.
Oh.
I hated him. I'm like, I know your daughter just died, but come on, you don't have to be an ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they show up and not knowing that she had died and kind of interrupted their mourning. So they started off on a really bad foot with the royal family.
I was really glad that they sent Irene or asked for Irene because I've been wanting to see her since the prequels.
Yeah.
Yes. You knew that's what I'm saying. Remember how I told you when we first started? I said some characters will show back up. What comes around goes around, that kind of stuff. Like, she was definitely one of them. I was super excited to see come back.
And see, when I originally read Tower of Dawn, I hadn't read The Assassin's Blade at all. So Carrie was like, hey, wasn't this person in this story? I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. And the guy who lands up being the shifter, I remembered him from the Assassin's Blade. Do you remember that, Maya?
Yeah, she bought a bunch of spider silk from him.
Yes, yeah.
Or a little piece of spider silk.
Yeah, it was a little piece.
And he said, "Don't forget me" or something, like because he needed help.
Yes.
Oh, I actually forgot that was him.
Yep.
I was like, I know where they're going with that. I knew he was going to be some sort of relation to Lysandra. I'm excited about the next book to see them actually like meet each other.
Yeah. I can't wait for Irene to see Aelin.
I know.
She won't though because Aelin's not there.
But she has to.
Will.
This is the last book. We have to reunite them.
They will reunite.
Yeah. But yeah, so when they get there, the daughter had been killed, but the one brother came to Kale and said that he thought that she was murdered and wanted him to look into it. So there's that too.
I liked it. What was his name? The prince that came to see them.
Started with a C.
Caution.
Yeah. I liked him until I found out that he had a weird thing with Irene.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, no, you can't have her.
Hale needs his happily ever after.
Yeah.
Yeah, so him and Nesrin were kind of together, but kind of not. And then Marine's there, and
I think they were more of a friends with benefits kind of thing.
You knew that she was just his rebound from Selena.
Yeah.
He was just kind of using her.
But
which is a dick move, but
I mean, he wasn't really a rebound from, she was before Selena, right?
Yeah, they've mentioned that they had hooked up before, but
well, that's when Nesrin was going off with Sartak. She said, "I'm sick of being his rebound," because apparently it happened twice.
Yeah,
not just Selena, but whoever Kale was with before her.
Yeah.
Poor Nesrin.
I know, but she can.
Oh gosh.
I was so happy with the way her story went, though.
Yes.
I was like, yes, she gets a prince.
Yeah.
That whole thing when they're searching through the spider stuff, and
oh my god.
Whitney, he tells her
yeah.
he loved her before he met her.
Oh.
I was like crying.
I was sitting in the car going, yes, 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 and then he gets ripped away. I was like, no.
Oh gosh. I feel like there's so much that happened, but it's like out of my mind already.
Yeah, Irene's getting hunted.
Yeah,
the spiders
are part of they're actually.
Okay, so let's talk spiders and talking about Maeve being a freaking bog queen.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah,
oh my god.
Maeve brought it all on them.
What?
Yeah, that was quite a shock.
Oh my gosh. I was so pissed. Well, obviously, because I text my sisters, like, seriously?
She texted him like,
Say queens. think that she was also their sister.
Yeah, like he fucked with their heads and made them think that she's been with them since birth.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. Oh, the part that really it made me
what
so
did you
mad.
say? What did you just say?
Maeve, like everybody thinks she's a Fey queen because she fucked with everybody's minds. Like that just shows the kind of power that she has. Like she was able to alter these Fey queens' minds to make them think that she's a third sister, and made everybody in their kingdom believe that she's been there this whole time.
Lorelai, don't do that.
I have to go back to Kale.
Yeah.
Because he made me so mad when Irene's like, we just have to give whatever that princess's name is something because I'm supposed to be spying for her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, well, yeah, just tell her the Skull Bay because that's one place Selena would never go or Eileen would never go. And I was like, that's exactly where she is. How can you do this? And then he did that one other time too, and I was like, God damn it, Kale.
He really didn't think that. He didn't think she'd ever go back there. So he thought it was a safe place to stay, but it's probably good because now they know where they are.
Yeah. Now they get the gossip.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody also thinks that all that was her forcing through her powers, forcing Rolf to join her side, not, trying to convince him. That was, they think she's forcefully taking over, and that they think that she's the one who was setting fires all around Elway when it was really Maeve the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, can we just go back to the Coggin for a few minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. How whack is it that literally you don't know who is going to be the heir, but I can come and kill you. I don't care that you're my siblings. Like, I'll kill you if you are going to be the heir, but I want to be. So I can challenge you and I can kill you just so I can be the heir.
It's ridiculous.
As opposed to it just being the firstborn, which is Argan the firstborn? Because Argan's kind of a dick.
Yeah, he is.
It's either him or Sartak, I think.
I thought Sartak was the oldest. But
yeah, okay.
Hi, Loris.
Hi, Boris the Bear.
But yeah, so that kind of happened in some kingdoms, though. You guys ever see Stardust? That's probably the funniest version of it, where they're killing each other off.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, so it's one thing to like, listen, I have days where I've wanted to kill all of my sisters. But like, can you imagine like going after their children or like killing like?
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like one of them's pregnant, and then they would have to kill the baby.
Yeah.
I'm like,
right?
Okay, so I have to say, when Irene and Kale were getting chased, and like they barricaded in his bedroom.
Yeah.
And the creepy voice on the other side of the door was like, Irene. I was like, oh my God. Is it one of those spiders? Like when we learned about the spiders, I'm like, maybe it was one of those spiders that's just like hiding out in town. And like it completely wasn't. And I was just like, I did not see that coming.
Well, and that they were smart enough to disguise the ring under silver.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. What I don't understand is all the other people who were Vogue, possessed, how come her eyes weren't black? Like, why wasn't her eyes black the whole time? Like,
she wasn't possessed by a prince. She was possessed by a princess. Maybe that's the difference.
No, because while they're fighting her at the end, he said that her eyes were black. But why were they not? Like, as long as she's had the ring on, the whole time that they've been there, she's been possessed. Why were her eyes not black earlier? Like, why did he just notice it when they were in that room? Like, that's what I don't understand. Good night.
Well, I think it was probably the fact that she's showing herself now. Like,
yeah, I don't think they
say Dorian's eyes were when he was under control, was he? I don't remember them saying anything about his eyes being changed.
I don't remember that either.
I don't know, because we don't really have a view from outside of him when he was possessed.
True.
But I think it was more they weren't paying attention to her because she was pregnant and always like quiet and away from everybody else. But even so, like her siblings should have picked up on that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then they're like, well, she has been a little bit different. Like,
yeah. Except for Argan. Argan was like, no, she's not.
Yeah.
He knows his sister so well.
Yeah. I thought it was really sad that she killed her younger sister, though.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, and then when they're like, when the princess is talking about how she was screaming on the inside, like she was, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then, you know, she's going to wake up out of this, right? And know that. Like, that's the worst part, you know, like Dorian. I wonder if they're going to revisit that when Dorian has to have a talk with Chaol about the men that, you know, Chaol's men that he tortured and killed.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
Like, you know, is that, I mean, that might not even be a conversation that comes up, but the guilt of that would just be.
Yeah. Well, we already know that Dorian's already kind of tortured from it.
Right.
What else happened?
Well, when
Chaol got his groove back.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, and he started walking again. Like, you know, he's always been one of my favorites. So when, you know, they were talking about, when she was talking about how his, you know, she can see death, and I was like, oh my God. Or when he, you know, knowing that he was getting re-paralyzed again, I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yep.
Like,
after all that work.
You know what though? When he stood up to apologize for being mean to her, oh my God, guys, chills.
I love how she tricked him into it and just kept like, egging him on to get him to walk. That was fun.
Yeah, so when he was like on the verge of dying again, I'm like, oh, driving in the car, like, you know, I had it playing in the speakers in the car, so like Craig was listening to it with me, and so I'd be like, oh my God, and he'd be like, what? I'm like, are you talking about the book or what?
Chris, Lors is behind you.
What's up?
Being a creepy little wolf back there. Yeah, so Irene saves Chaol by linking her, basically her life to his, which is
what?
I don't know.
Yeah, she just paid the price without even knowing what the price was.
Yeah,
she loves him,
right?
And then afterwards, she's just like, "That's the price."
Yeah, they're linked now.
And now, like, they're both so selfless that they're just going to be worrying about killing the other person.
Yeah.
Not themselves.
I love that he was just like, well, I don't care. He put back in the chair, you know, let her do her thing.
Yeah.
I really liked the part where she went to the bells.
Yeah,
like
that was cool.
in the whatever that place is called, the baths.
Yeah.
And she found her ancestor's bell.
That was pretty cool.
But at the same time, like when she went down there and she was being hunted, I was a little worried that they would get her there.
Yeah, it was like creepy.
I don't know. I'm excited about this next book. I just bought the Audible, so I could start tomorrow.
So I can't decide if I want to do the Audible or if I want to actually read it.
I know we have to start it, but I kind of don't want to because I don't want it to end.
You don't want it to end, yeah.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready at all.
Well, I think the Audible is like 20 hours.
Yeah.
So
Jeez.
I'll be done in a few weeks.
It's a huge book. Like, it's a book.
Is it only 20 hours? Because I feel like the Tower of Dawn, how many, that wasn't 1,000 pages, was it?
No, that was
because that was like 22 hours.
Maybe it's longer. It might be longer.
It had smaller writing and center pages, so it doesn't look as big as the other ones, but it was still pretty big.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's 33 hours.
Okay, yeah. Tower of Dawn was 27 something hours.
Yeah.
I don't know. So much stuff happened. We need to and now they have a whole big army going with them too.
Sartak comes in with Nezrin and
the Rooks.
Yeah, so they're all coming. And
so it was like 1,000 Rooks.
Yeah,
and then
like half of their army. And then Kale and Irene are married.
Yeah.
They're like,
oh yeah, they did that at the end too.
So let's get married. I love that though.
Yeah.
I love Kale. He's one of my favorite characters, so I was glad he finally got a happy thing happen to him.
Like I just am like I can't even imagine like a world where like literally there's real like I know we have doctors and whatever, but like healers like that.
That would be amazing.
Oh my gosh, I just can't. That would be so cool.
Maybe not all the stuff in the world is cool, but that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I was a little on the fence. Like she healed the princess from the Vogue, but like she was completely drained at the end of that. And then they're just like, oh yeah, let's go into war. You could heal Vogue demons. Like there's thousands of them.
Yeah.
Well, and I think, but is that just her that can heal them? Or
they're
like, because
they took a bunch of healers with them.
All the healers.
100 healers went with her. Like, that's a lot of freaking healers, man.
I feel like that the weapon that Manon's grandma was making out of mirrors that magnifies everything.
Yeah.
I feel like that might come into play.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I have to. Hopefully they can turn it on that bitch's ass.
Right.
Yeah, who are they going to defeat first? Are they going to defeat the friggin' witches first? You know there's going to be a battle there. You know there's going to be a battle with the Vogue. And then there's a battle with Maeve. Oh my god, guys. We got to get onto this.
Well, the witches are with the Vogue, so it probably is going to happen at the same time with them.
So at the very, very end of the book, I think they were going where Aelin is, right?
Yes.
Like they let her out of the box, but she still had the mask on.
Yeah.
Was that it?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Well, yeah, it was just Maeve was like, let's begin. So they're going to start, she's going to start her torture.
Wasn't there someone watching? A lion?
That's one of the lion is Gabriel.
So he's there watching.
Wait, I thought she released him, though.
Yes, I thought she released Gabriel.
No, what's the other guy that she didn't
Fenris?
Fenris, she did not. She refused to release him, and that's his punishment.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Okay, let me go back. So they were talking about when they went to visit Maeve or whatever, that Maeve had an owl sitting by her. Okay, this is like towards the end of the book.
Yeah.
And they were, okay, so I'm sitting here like, okay, doesn't Rowan turn into an owl all the time?
No, like a falcon or something.
The falcon, yeah.
No, the owl, I think, is like the symbol of the healers, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. Why would there be?
Well, she was surrounding herself with the healers, and I think there's more to it because, like, the Fae were healers.
Yeah.
And I think there's more to it that we don't know yet, but I think he might be like a super-powered healer or something.
Yeah.
That
just stays in the bird form, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I was just thinking, like, okay, because sometimes I get the animals confused, like who has what. So I was like, okay, so she had an owl biome, and I'm like, oh my god, what if there's a plot twist and like Rowan is really still on Maeve's side?
Okay, don't say that.
No, that's not going to happen.
That would be so bad. Like, I might have to throw that book at Sarah J Maas.
That's not
gonna happen.
I think we're gonna find out something more about Lorcan though, because he has that dark power. Mm-hmm. I wonder if he's really like Maeve's son or something like that.
No, because I'm pretty sure they sleep together.
He was in no, she wouldn't.
Oh no, she wouldn't. That's true.
But he was in love with her.
Oh, then maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
freaking
creepy.
Okay, so can we get off here so we can start reading it?
Oh my god, shut up.
You think I'm joking?
What is different? What is like difference between reading it and listening to the Audible? Like I've never listened to the Audible. I've always read it.
Okay.
Honestly, like I listen to the Audible just because I don't always have time to sit and read 1,000 pages. But when I'm driving to work, it's a 40-minute drive. So yeah, I can do that and there's no commercials. And so I can do that, or if, when I'm at the house, if I'm cleaning or if I have, trying to make dinner or whatever, I can put it on my speaker and so I can do more stuff when I'm listening to the Audible than I can if I'm just sit down and read. That's why I've been listening to them all.
And I do the same thing, exactly the same thing. And then even when I'm at work, when I get done with a patient and I go to write it up, I turn on my Audible and I have all the time until my next patient.
But is it as emotional in the Audible as it is reading?
Yes.
They do the voices too, so you get to know them. I feel like a little bit more.
Yes.
It's almost like kind of watching. It's almost like kind of watching a movie. You know what I mean? Where because when you're hearing it, you're like picturing it in your mind, so you still get all that emotion.
Yeah. And you know what? With the Tower of Dawn, I had to speed it up a little bit because she talks so slow. So I don't know what's gonna happen. So that helped me get through Tower of Dawn because it was one of the books I had a hard time getting through. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know about this last one.
Is it the same person that reads this last one?
Yes, it should be.
Okay.
She's read all the other ones. I would be pissed if they changed it.
Can we just talk about that Terry girl in the group that said that she didn't like the Sarah J Maas, and Megan said, "Terry, if that's even your real name," and I literally just cracked up laughing out loud. Like I was cracking up. Like,
do you know her, Megan?
No,
I don't know her.
She's, I think, related to Cheryl.
Yeah.
No. I just saw her post, and I kind of got hurt. Like,
yeah.
Are you serious right now?
That's why I said I'm.
Oh my gosh, I just cracked up.
That was awesome, Meg. Loved it.
I didn't know how she was going to respond to it because, I don't know her. Like, we don't know each other. So I was like, just all in good fun. Or whatever I wrote.
But we are judging you a little bit. That's what I said. I am judging you a little bit.
Oh, Lord.
Well, that's what we've been reading. So it's like,
what's up, Jeffrey?
What's up? I love your book. Your book is awesome. My favorite one I've read in a long time.
He's been watching football all day. That's all I'm going to say about that.
That's not true. I watched to watch earlier.
Good night, Lors. Go to bed.
Oh my gosh, seriously. She's trying to make ice cubes and She put paper towel over it, and Jocelyn stuck her finger in it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is my life.
Do they have school tomorrow?
Just turn it off for a minute.
Because I know some kids around here don't, but some kids have a half day.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wish I didn't have to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Is tomorrow something special?
Well, it's Veterans Day today, but some people celebrate it tomorrow.
Yeah. We don't get those kind of holidays off at hospitals.
Nor do we get those at car dealerships.
No, that's when you make the most sales.
Huh?
I said, damn sick people and people shopping.
I know.
They're the worst.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get off here.
All right, Binksy says bye.
Thanks for doing this earlier.
Yeah.
I'm going to bed now.
No problem.
We'll all start reading the book. Just let me know when everybody's close to being finished, and we'll start.
I'll be ready by next weekend. Okay, bye.
You're so stupid. Bye.
Next weekend. Bye.
I need 11 days.
Oh
That's
my
all
God,
I need.
Bitch. 3 hours.
11 weekdays. Because I drive like an hour and 20 minutes to work and an hour and 20 minutes home. So.
Gross.
Yeah.
That's
nice.
But it's actually fun. It's fun now when I'm listening to these books. So.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I have way too much road rage for that kind of shit.
I take the back roads. I can't take the highways. I'd kill somebody.
All right, bye, bitches.
All right.
Good night,
Bye.
everybody.
Talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.